Hello, hello everybody. This is Monkeypuzzle, and welcome to the 50th episode of Monkeywrenching the Beast. Yeah! I don't have anything uber special planned today. I mean, of course, it's all special and fun, but I'm not big on even numbers. If I was going to do a special, it would be on like 51 or 53. It's got to be a prime number. I got a lot of stuff in mind today. Wanted to continue on some of the projects that we were working on last time. We'll get back to the bees maybe next episode. I know you're disappointed about that. I am actually. Gosh, there's so many things to do. I want to do all of them, and how to fit them all into the Let's Play. It's pretty challenging. In fact, if I wasn't doing this Let's Play, I'd just be all over the place. And I'd probably be light years ahead, but it's good to do it this way because I really want to share it, and it's a lot more fun that way, and it's very helpful. I got a lot of good feedback from the last episode, and I changed a lot of things that I'll show you in a minute. But before I start anything, I want to start this turtle excavating. We got Yertle over here, and the mushrooms are right above us, because I want to empty out this whole area here to be our new tree farm of my own design. It's nothing too spectacular, and I'm sure it's been done, but I was talking about, and I showed you before, of using deployers on either side of a block to one with saplings and one with bone meal, and planting and growing the trees that way, and then just using a logger to harvest them. So not too fancy, but not quite your straight forestry plug and play tree farm. And there'll be room to play with it and change it and experiment and tweak on it and everything. I just wanted to do something that, is somewhat self-made. But anyway, I just did some research, and a logger does a 21 by 21 square, and it checks blocks 10 high looking for trees. So 10 by 21 by 21. And apparently it'll actually log higher than 10. That's how high it checks to see if there's anything to cut down. But if it finds one, it keeps looking at the block above to see if there's wood. So it'll actually do jungle trees all the way up, apparently. Okay, but I decided to do this with a turtle. I could have done it with a filler, but it's big enough of an area. I actually don't want to waste everything in here. A turtle will actually save the blocks it excavates, and not in too big of a hurry, but wanted to do this on camera. In fact, this was my inspiration to start this episode, is I wanted to start Yertle doing his thing over there. So yeah, I've set him to do a 31 by 31 area. He's not going to stop. We're going to have to figure out when we think that he is deep enough. 31 by 31 will give us 5 on either side, a little extra space. So that should be more than enough to let the trees grow. And, and we could possibly expand it if we like it. It doesn't have to be this just one logger. We could do more. But I thought we'd start with this and see if it's enough. The first purpose of this is going to be to grow rubber trees in combination with the automatic tree tap. And then the next purpose is going to be making biomass and biofuel, which will come next. And that will be the next project down the hallway. We've got an escapee mushroom there. That's okay. So, let some of those get wasted. But one little safeguard I'm going to do is I don't know what Yertle's going to open up, and if any creepers are going to come out of dark spaces or whatever that could potentially climb up here somewhere. So I'm just going to fence off his work area so that if any baddies are in there, they can't come in. And next, after this, there's a number of things we could do. So if I calculated right, he's going to stop here just short of the skeleton farm. We've got 4 skeleton spawners in there. I hardly recommend that you watch that episode where I set that up last. They're naturally generated spawners, quote unquote vanilla spawners. But I moved them together with a portal gun and got really high rates. But when I was talking about my subscribers chiming in, one of the things that I was reminded of by Life Size Teddy Bear, who always has great technical input to give, was that, and Nilo Rio also reminded me of this when I was editing, that spawners check an area around them, and there's a cap of 6 mobs in that area uh, before it'll stop spawning. And I wasn't really getting them out of there as efficiently as possible, so there was probably some delay. So the area I checked is a 19 by 19 by 9 area, meaning 8 in each direction horizontally and 4 up and 4 down. So you got to get the mobs out of that area so they'll keep spawning without stopping. So you want to clear the area 4 down, and the mob is too high, and they might jump. So that means I cleared an area 7 blocks deep below the spawners, and that drops them out really well. So let's close this back up, and I'll show you how well it does. I got 2 little viewing ports here that are made out of stairs. The light doesn't penetrate because if you see these little outlines, these count as whole blocks as far as light goes, but the skeletons can see me and occasionally can shoot through it. I'll eventually close these off, but yeah, this is like for now. I wanted to see what's going on, so you can see uh, quite a few skellies going on down there, and they come up here really fast. I was testing it out, and I can basically enchant books pretty much as fast as I can and not run out of XP. So just, I made a stack of 64 books and just basically was able to enchant them non-stop. And you just do that, come over here, enchant a book. Ooh, projectile protection 4. I don't know if you saw in the intro, I got looting 3, which was great. I actually just made a looting sword. I had gotten looting 2 twice, and I combined them in the anvil. And I've been using this to harvest the mushrooms and the chickens, and it makes quite a difference in the yield. So we got that. Got to get some repair to put on there. I wonder if you can put unbreaking on a sword too with an anvil, if it lets you cheat. But yeah, so I could just keep going back and forth for the rest of the episode like this and never run out of XP. You have to hunt for a little bit more each time. But, oh, got that again. See, some of them are very common. And you can see the results of my work here. Here we got room for one more. Let's see, let's get it out of this one. Yeah, just kind of work my way in a pattern. See, that one ran out, but then you can just work to this one. And I think sometimes they get soaked up by the other ones near them too, so you got to get kind of close. Is that one out? Yeah, and I just kind of work my way through, and by the time I get to this one's ready to go again. So let's see what we get on this one. I'm trying to get Silk Touch again, so I can do the advanced diamond drill. Sharpness 3. Okay. I gotta figure out a way to sort these, and there will be more. I saw people doing it with barrels. Each kind of enchantment. By the way, that's a little pet peeve of mine. Enchant is not a noun. They're enchantments. Anyway, each enchantment can go into a barrel. Like you could have a barrel full of protection 3s and so on. But it'd be quite a lot of work to sort them into the barrels, and then you'd have to make a sign for each barrel. And then if you only had one of something like Silk Touch, which is very rare, and you took that out, any other enchantment could drop in there. It wouldn't be exclusive to Silk Touch unless there was another one in there. So I was thinking of getting chests, maybe putting them up here, and just sorting them by type, like having armor types, weapon enchantments, tool enchantments, Thaumcraft enchantments, and so on. and maybe sorting them that way, which would be pretty good. You'd know where to find something if you're looking for it. But so let me see. Oh, I also was educated that by my subscribers that the I meant to turn you off. There you go. Stop. The turtles, I was programming them, but not getting the programs to save, and it turns out that they need to be named in order for the programs to be saved. So now they're named. At first, I thought of naming them after the Three Musketeers because there's three of them. You know, it has to be some famous trio. But I don't know. Their little up and down sword action is a little too slapstick to be something that cavalier. So I thought they were more like Larry, Curly, and Moe. You know, this is more reminiscent of a poke in the eye than it is epic sword dueling. So yeah, so it is for now. Larry, Curly, and Moe. Nilo Rio wanted to name something like Joe the Destroyer and Bob the Terrible. We might do that. We could do like change it to like you know, Larry the Destroyer and Curly the Terrible and Moe the more terrible, or I don't know. But anyway, that was the secret to that. So there's so much enchanting to do here that, you know, even with 7 of these, they fill up too fast, and then you got to turn it off. So if we wanted to keep making bones, which we're going to need for our farm, by the way, ooh, Yertle's doing very well. Yeah, and I'm glad I shut this off too. Oh, and this is a little dangerous. Let's take care of that now, because it's getting kind of dark in there. Good job, Yertle. Keep going. So you can see how big this is going to be. Um, Hopefully he's still going this way, because I expected him to hit over here. We'll see. Anyway, I need to set up an XP turtle. Uh, that I've seen this happen on a number of different channels now. Direwolf just did it, and I'll probably just use his code directly with minor variations. I also saw code for it on Reddit, which I'll get into. Buccaneer Rex and Color Me Gray both made contributions to XP Enchanting Turtle code. So if we have time in the episode, we're going to try to make that happen. I'm no turtle coding expert, obviously, but hey, there's nothing like just diving into it in order to get some experience. First, I wanted to show you a couple things over here, though. Let me see. So I've been playing with gates, which has been a lot of fun. These forestry machines are atrocious for sucking up power even when they're not doing anything. So I've got these basic gates on them that these are all set to when these have work to give a redstone signal, which then gives a signal to that red alloy wire right below them, and then that comes under these electric engines right here and powers the redstone energy conduit here. I get a separate level of control just by being able to switch these back here too when I want the power to really be concentrated on one of these. And I can give you an example right now because we're getting set up to make some loggers for our tree farm over there. And I've got one already ready to go here. But I decided, you know, there's rumors going around that these are going to be phased out. And I think these are one of the more useful blocks in all the forestry farms right here. I don't really need any more of the old ones that set up the little donut-shaped farm. But I do like some of the harvesters just on their own because they don't have to go together. So like I said, I've got one set up here, but I'm set up over here to make some more. I've got 2 carpenters going on because one has water and one has seed oil. I've found out that just trying to empty them out is just too hard, so I have one each. But you can see I've saved some tin to put in here, and now it has work. You can see the gate is lit and the engines turn on. And we should start getting more basic circuit boards. So that's how that's set up, and it's great because I would always forget to turn these off. The one machine that stubbornly refused to be controlled by the gate was the thermionic fabricator. I couldn't find one setting that would work reliably because for some reason I couldn't get the has work on it. That just didn't show up. And the even like if I took everything out and said okay items in inventory, um, that didn't work either. So I'm trying to remember why. I don't remember, but it just didn't. So I just put it on its own switch right here so that if this isn't running and giving power because one of these other machines are on, I can just go ahead and switch them on. Oops, darn levers. Switch it on manually here. And this is the one that I'll have to remember uh, to turn off of all these at this point. But that's okay. And you know, when the engines are turned off, there's some energy stored in the energy conduit that they can suck up. But once they suck that up, they're not getting any more until those turn back on. One more example of this working. Let's get up here. Is up here at our lovely little wheat farm. You've been hearing the chest open and close while we're down here. Well, that's that guy doing his job, and they do an excellent job. I'm getting a lot of wheat. I'm gonna have to fire them pretty soon or lay them off because they've performed too well. Um, for the most part, I get these little gaps here sometimes. I don't know why, but it's not that big of a deal to come up here once in a while, fill them back in. So the straw golem is not 100% efficient at planting. But anyway, let's take the seed back and I'll show you that gate stuff working one more time. So again, everything's turned off. We'll give the squeezer some work, and ta-da, the engines are back on. And then what I can do is just concentrate all the power to the squeezer, because even now these would still be sucking up some power even though they're not doing anything. So there is one manual part, not absolutely necessary, but this really helps concentrate all the power right here. And then you can see it squeezing away. I've been using those to make the impregnated sticks for the bees that we're going to get back to. And you can see I'm using the wax capsules from their beeswax. Back here, I'm going to put some more autarkic gates, because right now to take items out of these furnaces, you see they've got glass in them now, and from this centrifuge extractor, I have to turn this whole assembly on, and it's not really efficient until it warms up, and then I always forget, and I don't know how much lag it creates when it's going. It looks kind of cool for sure. It adds to the mad scientist effect here. But I'd rather have some autarkic gates on it, so let's do that real quick, and that will be the end of our gate discussion for now. I'm just excited because it took me this long to get the gates going, and now that I have them, I'm just like trying to keep my learning curve going. Oh, I thought I had to pick those up, but no, they're in the pipe. So now I have a ender pouch for gates and other doohickeys. This is like the one for all my little technical stuff here. So we want some autarkic gates, and I think we want 5 of them. So let's go ahead and just lay those down, and boom. It's as easy as that. And let's go ahead and set them each to, let me see, items in inventory, right? There we go. Items in inventory, energy pulse. So I'm just going to do that on each one of them, and then I'll meet you to make those loggers, I think. And there they go, pumping out much faster than the Redstone engines too, by the way. These, as far as the update, and it's great I waited for the update to do this, because now they pump much faster than they did before, so it's totally worth it now. They look like they're going in there, but they quickly find out that they can't, and they go back down, so I don't think anything's popping out from that. That's just a little visual glitch. I could put an iron gate right here, and that'll stop that. So Probably do that off camera. But just wanted to show you the little upgrades with the gates and the assembly table, and that's going to keep happening all over the place. And I'm sure there's even more elegant ways I can use these. I haven't worked my way up to the iron and ore gates, and then there's gold ones and diamond ones, and oh my goodness, I'm going to have to spend some time just figuring out what those all do. Would love to find a good tutorial that just ran through all the gates for me so I can just get the lowdown on what each one of those do. I'm sure that it's all out there on the internet somewhere. And if it's not, well, maybe that's the tutorial I should do. I've been realizing I'm at the point in Feed the Beast now with number 50 that I should start giving back and doing some tutorials. I try to make these tutorial-like even as I'm learning as I'm doing, but I could do it even better and more cleanly now. So those will be coming up. So, oh yeah, the loggers. So let me see. We got a bunch of diamantine electron tubes, and let's get our basic circuit boards, and let's see if I did this right to be set up. See, oh, I'm gonna need to make some more sturdy casings. So, and it's gonna need some more glass. I'm gonna make those casings. There we are. 7 sturdy casings. Put that back. Alright, I think we're good to go. Let's see what happens if I just try a shift click. I got 7, 8 loggers. Alright, way more than we're going to need right now, but like I said, just stocking up for the future in case these become a discontinued item, because I think these are super useful. I've seen people take them out to forests too and just use them to clear areas and so on. So we're going to put the first one to use very soon. Let's go check on Yertle again and see what he's doing. Where'd you go, Yertle? Somewhere in here. Oh, he's over there. Oh, yep. And it's perfect. He's making it right to the edge here. So yeah, we're getting our 31 by 31 square. Alright, so now it's time to try to set up the enchanting turtle and the XP turtle. So let's move that and that, and maybe they can live, let's say, can they live there and there? I think so, because I think I can still reach them. Can I reach you? Yep. So that'll still work. And the one that was up there was collecting XP, so I know that those will get him. So yeah, the turtle's going to go right here, and there's going to be a chest right above him or her. Is that it? That, didn't mean to do that. That's going to have books and enchanted books. I think I'm going to just combine them like Direwolf did. We'll see. I'm sure I'll refine this as I go along and as I learn more code. But let's see. Let's go ahead and make a turtle. I'm not sure if you need to see all this. I've made turtles on camera before. In fact, I'm just going to make up to this point, and then I'll skip to the part where we actually make him an XP turtle. Okay, so I brought you back. Here's the turtle I made here, just a basic unmodified turtle, and here's an enchanting table, and apparently, if I put them together, we get an XP turtle. And that's all we need to do the next part, except some fancy coding. And let's see how things are going over here. Oh boy. And this is why I made the fence, which actually won't work with the spider. We got a lot of bats in there too. How is Yertle doing? It looks like he's doing fine. Let's put, started them right here. Let's put a chest up here. Is that her? Oh yeah, look at that. He's dropping items there. Let me clean this up. He needs this here, I believe. I'm gonna clean this up and I'll meet you back. We got some nice little friends here who want to help us clean up as well. And now we got a mushroom in there. No. You may not destroy everything. Okay, Yertle, hurry up. Things are getting scary. Not really. Alright, so let's go over here and see if we can put our turtle to work and not have any explosions happen from behind here. Alright, I should do better, but let's just be risky. Famous last words. So let me see. We got to get the turtle put here. I think we're going to just need some helper blocks to get this up. And let's put the turtle here, and we're going to need another chest too. I was going to use that chest for the turtle. So he goes there. And we're going to want to... Actually, I don't think we need to spin him around, actually. Because I'm going to put the chest above. Direwolf had it behind, and that's the one thing I'm going to change because I don't want it here because it'll be in the way. Let me go get another chest real quick, or just make one. Okay, so I think that's enough. Get us going. And can you hear that creepy sound that the brain jars are making? You guys are making me nervous. I know you're going to just come up and explode. I wonder how we can get those turtles to excavate and place torches. Look at you. See, you were the one who were trying to ruin the episode. I knew it. Go deeper, Yertle. Hurry up. I guess I could have just closed that off at last. So, okay, we got our turtle here. First off, we should give him a name. That's not how it's label, set. What should an XP turtle's name be? Let me think about that for a second. So let's name the XP turtle. How about let's name it? How about XP expert? Expert for now. We can always change it. Okay. So that's its name. So when we make a program, it'll keep it. So let's name the program Startup. Direwolf named his books, and I have that in Notepad here. Um, but I want it to start every time I log in. So I'm going to name it Startup, and that's what you do on the turtle when you want it to always run that. You don't have to start it yourself. So I tried cutting and pasting it directly from Notepad previously, and that doesn't seem to work. So in his video, I saw a little thing that says maybe we can do that. Oh, wait. Do I have to do it in here? No, actually, let's. It says you can run pastebin git r1. Let's try. Let's exit out of here. Excuse me while I figure out what I'm doing as I do it. So let's do pastebin git r1 jes 23i. See what that does. Anyway, that's where to search on pastebin.com. Search for that code R1JES23I, and you'll get this. Pastebin put file name pastebin. Okay. I'm just going to do it manually, and I'll spare you guys the steps. So we're going to edit startup. I'll get the first line. So I've tried when I try to copy the whole thing. Control C, bring it back over here. Control V. I just get this. No printer attached. All right, I'm gonna get the code in here, and I'll be back. I was in the middle of doing that, and I heard an explosion. I'm afraid Yertle might have mined into a creeper and got exploded. So I think we're gonna have to actually go in here and see what happened. Hello. Oh boy. Multiple explosions. Oh, Yertle's alright. Is he invulnerable to creepers? That would be pretty cool. Well, I saw him in there. He was doing fine. But he definitely did cause them to blow up. Where are you, Yertle? I just saw you. Oh, there you are. You look out for those creepers, man. It's a bad neighborhood over here. Okay. I wonder if he gets them mad and then he just keeps moving and they don't quite catch him or what? Or is he just super durable? Uh, Let me just light this up for the purposes of the episode and I'll get back to you. I got it all in here. And I just typed it in manually, which I'm sure there's a way not to do, but it was actually good for me just to type it out by hand, start to memorize some of the syntax of the code and get used to it and kind of force me to really study what's going on here. So this first three parameters right here, if you can see my cursor and this little cursor move inside here, M equals peripheral dot wrap quotation or parentheses and quotation marks right. That's the enchanting peripheral, which I guess you have to specify because you can put multiple peripherals on a turtle, and this tells it which one it's working with. The one on the right, in this case, happens to be the in the XP, the enchanting table little function there. This next one, m.set autocollect parentheses true, tells it to start auto collecting XP. The next one sets the current level to 0. I'm not sure exactly why. And local, I assume, somehow sets a parameter for locally within the turtle. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I don't know Lua, but and I don't know Turtle Lua, but I will. Um, so this is a sub-function. This is the enchanting the book sub-function, which is going to call on later when we get to the actual program. But the turtle basically selects slot 1 in itself. That's this one right here in its little inventory. And then the turtle sucks. I mean, that's how they pick up items. And that would be from whatever's in front of it, which in Direwolf's case was the chest. I'm going to try to be bold here and see if I can modify this because I've put the chest above it. And so I believe that's the syntax for getting an item from above itself. So let's try that. Basically, it would be pulling the books that you put in the first slot of the chest above it. It gets the whole stack of them or whatever's in there. And so this makes it drop back into the chest all of them but one. Turtle.get item count basically tells it how many it's got. And let's try. So we've modified it by that much. Let's see if we can pull that off. And then m.enchant 30 tells it to enchant that book at level 30. So it has the enchanting table in it, so it doesn't need to use one. It has one. And then turtle.drop. Oh, we need to change it one more time. Up will get it to put the enchanted book back in the chest. Now, the one flaw I can see in this right here is that the in this enchanting thing is if it actually accidentally picks up a bone or a bow or an arrow, which in that case, I think turtle.drop up could be right after turtle.select 1. So it selects this first slot and then it drops what's ever in there, unless that gives a false, which messes everything up. I don't know, but I'll keep that in mind. Now here we get to the actual meat of the program. So while true do, so it's auto collecting and it keeps doing this next function to get what its levels are, and it prints it. So it'll be, if we go in here, it'll tell us what level it's at. When it gets to greater or equal to 30, it runs the enchant book function, which we went over above. And this else means that it'll keep doing it until it's less than 30. If it doesn't have 30, it'll sleep for 10 seconds, and then it'll go back to the top. So end apparently doesn't actually end, it just keeps looping. I guess that's what the while true do sets up, I suppose. So anyway, we have this in here. You press Control, and we'll save it again, and Control, and exit. Let's get out of here. And up here, let's put some books. And this is the big test now. We're going to see if this works. So I think all we have to do is type startup. And it seems like it's working so far. It's at level 0. Let's see if in 10 seconds it gives us level 0 again. So thank you, Direwolf. It looks like this is working. So let's give it. Oh, I pressed the equals key while I was doing that. Got the chunk boundaries. So let's give it some XP to collect and see what happens. How you doing, Yertle? Yertle's proceeding along here. Oh yeah, he must have just dropped some stuff in the chest. It's getting, yep, getting some stuff for us. And definitely want it deeper. So keep going, Yertle. You're doing great. Alright, let's see what's happening over here. So let's go back in our turtle. Currently level 0. Oh, and this is going to have to compete with the brains in the jars. I left them here because I want to be able to grab XP myself when I need to. So this will be kind of a reserve bank of XP. But hopefully when these are full, then the XP turtle will start getting the experience. And I want to be able to grab some myself still in case I need to use the anvil primarily, or if I want to enchant an item directly myself over at the enchanting table. So I'm going to let this run for a while, and hopefully I'll start seeing... there we go. He got his first little green orb start building up. So I'll keep an eye on it, and when it gets close to 30, I'll bring you all back, and we'll see if it actually enchants that book. And once it gets up there, and these brains in the jar are all full, hopefully we're just going to get a constant stream of enchanted books being created. And then I'll have to set up a solution for pulling them out of here and for categorizing them, or at least stowing them temporarily until I can categorize them. But I think if we can get to the enchanted books here, that's going to be the end of this episode, because probably gone on rather long already, like I usually do. So plenty more things I want to do, but this might be it for this time. But not yet. We're going to see what happens. And by the way, while we're waiting for that to build up, a couple other things I wanted to tell you is that I changed the way these guys go into the portal. Rather than the crystal portal, the Mistcraft portal, sending them up above the canopy tree there and dropping them the 20 blocks through the air, and then another portal to here, I stopped that because a lot of them were catching on fire. And I thought you used to be able to block that with glass. That didn't work. I could have put some opaque roof on top of that, but I decided just to keep it simple. And when they get to the edge right there, the edge of that stream, they just drop straight down the 20 blocks or so. And then there's a portal at the bottom. They're trying to get me. Look at how many there are in there. They just drop straight down, and there's a portal that takes them, one portal that takes them straight to there. So, yeah, more of a direct drop. And so the actual Mistcraft portal is all the way down there, but you can still hear it up here, I guess, when they come in here, besides the little gasping of the brains. And the other thing is I put the barrel extra dimensional upgrades on these, and you can see that we've already surpassed it. And I'm going to need to give something bigger over here pretty soon, or start combining these or uncrafting them. I wonder if I can set up an automatic uncrafting and just get leather and gold and flame. We'll see. Alright, we're getting very close. So we're just 2 levels away. Direwolf was doing this with blazes, so it went a lot faster for him, and he was using a T5 soul shard spawner. But we're gonna get up there, and I have a feeling it's gonna go much quicker after this because now the brains are all full. So keep your eye right here. When it hits 30, books should appear here. Then get reduced to 1, and then enchanted. It'll all happen in a blur. So any second now, boom! We have automatic enchanting. So it worked, and we got our third projectile protection. But I'm not complaining at all because this is going to fill up, and we're going to actually need to come up with a solution for this. For the moment, I'm probably just going to convert this to a diamond chest, but I can't believe that worked. So thank you, Direwolf20, for your gracious gift of code. I think I learned a lot from transcribing it in here. I also have code, like I said, from the entry on Reddit that I can play with if I want to, just experiment with this some more. But at this point, I don't know why I need to. This works fine. So the only thing I can think of going wrong, like I said, is if a bone or a bow or an arrow or a piece of armor gets stuck in here. And yeah, look, it's going much faster now. And for some of that too, I was like wandering around doing stuff, and I wasn't standing right here. Um, but yeah, we're gonna get lots of books. So I think to celebrate this, I'm gonna just AFK here and let this run. Probably while I edit this video and see what we get up to. But that's fantabulous. Automatic enchanting. So, and that's going to exponentiate our abilities in the game while we uh, enchant all of our stuff all of the time. Alright, y'all. Well, this is Monkeypuzzle. I hope you enjoyed this episode. As usual, there was so much more I wanted to do, but I think we got some big stuff done just within our little base here. And this is going to cure me of my addiction of standing here and right-clicking on the brains and enchanting books. Now I'll have to go do something else. I guess the bees will become the addiction or whatever. There's plenty of other things to do here till we get it all automated. But anyway, in the meantime, enjoy yourselves. I'm going to record an episode of Infernal Minds tomorrow. And excuse my voice in this episode, a little bit strange. I got my seasonal hay fever going on, so did some strange things to my voice and my nose. But anyway, all things will pass. Yep, check out Infernal Minds after this, and then be back with more Feed the Beast. Monkey wrenching the beast. Bye bye.